Alrighty. First impressions of a Yamaha 2020 Yamaha MT03. Not my bike. Didn't trade my bike. Still, my R7's still in the stable. This is actually the truck in front of me. The driver of that truck. This is going to be his first bike. Finally found something on Facebook Marketplace that suit his wants and needs. Yeah, you're good. And we're just finally going to pick it up. And we were going to put it in the bed of the truck, drive it back, because there's enough space, but the dude who was selling it didn't want us to lift it and then drop it and then ruin the bike. Because this thing is in tremendous shape for the year and mileage on it. Like 18,000 miles, and this thing still feels amazing. First impressions. Engine braking is really mild, right? But the jerk you get from downshifting is quite a big one. However, they have this clutch lever set up is funky. It engages really, really close. Dumbass. It engages really, really close to the actual levers, so you have to, like, you barely let out, and then you start getting engine power. Weight-wise, I don't think I've ridden something this nimble and light feeling ever. Definitely feels a lot lighter than a 400 did. And if you think the R7 is like light and flickable and all that stuff, props to you. This thing is on a whole different level. It's so just responsive, and it wants to be put down so easily. The exhaust sound on this thing, they have a Leo Vince, however you want to pronounce it, slip-on it, and it's a little weird, it's a little drony. I think I've just gotten used to the bigger CP2 platform and how that sounds with my full Yoshimura on it, because I mean that thing is deep and it is loud. I actually heard that for the first time last weekend when my buddy Josh was in town. He wanted to take it out for a spin, and I heard him a solid 40 seconds before I saw him in my neighborhood. And I was just like, dang, I did not realize how loud that thing was. But this is, it's the higher pitch. It's a smaller engine, right? So you can't fault it. Smaller engine, and it's going to have that higher pitch sound. But it's not a bad one. If that makes any sense. What are you doing braking, Will? I feel like I got bit by something. So we decided to ride it back to his house. From the dude's house, he said it's 25 minutes. It's actually closer to like 40, because it's 25 minutes from my house. But I get out of the house, I get to ride. I can't complain at all. I did not run that red light. So I can't complain. I get out of the house and I get to ride, and I get to ride a bike that's different than mine. Same manufacturer, so a lot of the same quirks and features still reside in the bike, but I get to experience something different. And the first thing that I can say is it's a comfortable bike, right? But this seat, my ass hurts. Big guy friendly it is not, but it almost feels like I'm in like a half cruiser position. My feet were forward. I feel like I'd be in a more cruiser-ish position, because the rear seat is doing that what is it called? I think it's a Saddleman. The Saddleman seats on Harleys, how they're like more built up and bolstered. So that way, once you break it in, it's like the most comfortable thing ever. And this is what this one almost feels like. I'm sitting back and I can feel the small of my back on the passenger seat. And it's honestly really nice. But the seat itself, like cushioning, definitely gonna have him get another seat, because already my ass is gonna be bruised. I definitely want to figure out. Oh, that's gotta just be that vibrating. 'Cause there's like this weird buzzing sound. It sounds like a bee is in your ear. And I think it's just the thing that's holding the windscreen on. Which he said that the windscreen looked ugly as sin, and I disagree. I love the way that that thing looks, and it actually serves a purpose. I'm not getting knocked off of my bike right now. Like, I can feel it. It hits your head a little bit, but it's not too bad. From here to like right here at camera level, I don't feel much wind. My chest is completely wind free. I still feel some on my arms, but I mean, you're gonna get that with any bike that you have. But if I tuck them in, you know, and I'm in here like this, it's not bad. Overall seating position is very upright. You know, it's a naked bike. Very comfortable. You can do long stints on these bad boys and not feel a thing. My one complaint about it is, and this is just because it's a used bike, it's aftermarket, you're good, stop, just ignore me. Fucking idiot. Is the bar and mirror. I'm so used to looking up here for mirrors, and I'm having to look down at my elbow. Which, I mean, once you get used to it, it looks good. Like, it's good. You get used to it. You know where to look, how to, you know, be aware of your surroundings. Answer it. Yes, William. No, I'm talking to myself. I'm making a YouTube video about your bike, dipshit. But I look over and I'm looking at that, so I'm missing this entire side of me for like just seeing behind me. And then again, it's been a couple of weeks since I've been actually able to get out on my bike, just because a whole bunch of different stuff. So I'm used to my car. Well, actually not a car anymore. As you can see, the vehicle in front of us is my brand new to me 2019 Chevy Silverado RST. I just kind of got tired of my car. For those of you who didn't know, it was a 2019 Volkswagen GLI Autobahn. It's a Jetta that was full bolt-on stage 2. And I mean, I had this thing set up right. It was ridiculously comfortable, fully spec, you know, everything that you could get in the US. And that was my first big boy purchase that I had ever made for myself, in terms of like getting something that wasn't just like a one-time purchase. And it was that. And I built it up from, you know, bought it with 7,000 miles. It was stock. And I did pretty much everything you could, set aside from beefing up the internals and changing out the turbo. And I made it push about 350 wheel horsepower, and that thing would fly. But I realized that I needed something with warranty. If something ever happens to a bike, I need something that can move the bike. If I end up moving across the country, which is like my ultimate plan, I need something that can carry a trailer. Hence, the idea for the truck was born. And it was like 4 months trying to find one that fit my my wants and needs. And the one thing about this truck that I'm not a huge fan of is the fact that it's not a crew cab. It's the extended cab. Or not extended cab, double cab, whatever you want to call it. Chevy terms. Quad cab, extended cab, double cab, blah, blah, blah. Still has the fully opening rear doors. It's not the suicide doors, but it's just a little bit smaller. But I'm not going to be carrying people in the back, so it doesn't really matter too much to me. I thought I wasn't going to like the color. But honestly, the red just, it looks so good. I'm a huge fan. The interior is like a lightish, okay, it's a really, really dark brown, but then the seats in it are the really light tan, almost gray color. And the color scheme looks great. And it has the Bose system in it, so I don't have to change speakers if I wanted to do anything. I just got to throw in a sub. But that thing already bumps like a mother. The one downside about it is I gotta pay a little bit more every month. Still under 600 though, so I can't complain. But I'm honestly just very excited that my good buddy Will has a motorcycle now. So I have a riding buddy, a consistent riding buddy instead of everybody else that I have. And someone that I can teach, which I'm probably not the best teacher, being as, you know, I already crashed once, but he trusts me enough to ride at home for him, so I can't complain. And if you are not a new viewer of this channel, we've been down this road a lot of times. So you'll actually be able to see, you know, how the MT03 looks on this road versus the R7. Honestly, I told him if he wasn't going to buy this, then I was. Because this thing is amazing. Do I think it's better than a Ninja 400? Depends on what you're going for. I don't know. I'm impartial to the Ninja 400 just because that's what I started on. And they're just like pretty much the best starter bike bang for buck that you could get. But he picked this thing up for $3,000. And I don't know if you could ask for a much better deal, because you're certainly not finding a good, well-maintained, non-damaged, clean title Ninja 400 for $3,000. However, if anybody has a Ninja 400 for $3,000 with all of that stuff, hit me up. But for the price point and getting a learner bike, this thing's pretty much spot on for what you need. We are gonna have to stop and get gas before we get to his house, I have a feeling. I got a funky shaped neck, bro. Like, look at that. Can you see that? Why my neck look like that? I look like I got a chicken neck. A long chicken neck.